Hey, what's up? Surfin' Chef coming at you again. Got a fun recipe we're going to do today. It's a rainy weekend here in Florida and there's no surf, so I'm pretty bummed. But so when I can't surf, I go to my number 2 passion, that's cooking. So today we're going to make some pickles, man, because pickles are awesome. So I was rolling through the produce stand the other day and they had these cucumbers on sale. They were just screaming at me like, make some pickles. So I'm like, all right dude, let's make some pickles. So here we go, we're gonna make some pickles. So I'm gonna do not just cucumbers, I'm gonna do a red onion, because I'm sure you've all tried pickled red onions on a sandwich. It's killer. And carrots, awesome pickled. A couple garlic cloves throw in there, and I don't have any hot peppers. I'm pretty bummed about that. I was gonna make a spicy batch, but oh well, I'll do it next time. So I'm gonna get all this stuff going here. I got my vinegar, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, got my canning jars here, black peppercorns, celery seed, mustard seed, got some ground turmeric, that's what gives it that nice color, pickling spice, kosher salt, got my scale here because we're going to be measuring up some grams today, and that's always a good thing, right, measuring up some grams. So anyway, I'm going to get this mise en place all taken care of and we'll check back in a few minutes later, bro. Alright dude, so we're back. Got my mise en place ready to go here. So we got apple cider vinegar, water. This is our salt, sugar, mustard seeds. That's going to be round 1 in the pan to simmer all this stuff down for 10 minutes. And then round 2, water, sugar, turmeric, pickling spice, and I got some black peppercorns in there, celery seed. So that's going to be what actually goes in the jars. It's good stuff, man. So I'm going to introduce you to my friend right here, the mandolin slicer. This thing's one of the greatest tools for really when you got to cut a lot of stuff up and you want it all to be uniform, because that's the important thing. You want these to be about a 1/4 inch. So I could do it with my knife, but they're not going to all be the same. One's going to be 3/8, other one's going to be 1/8. So because that's just, you know, nobody got time for that. Come on, man. So this is mandolin. Look at that. Not even working hard, man. About a 1/4 inch there, pretty close. That works. You got to be careful with this guy though, because as whatever you're slicing gets down low, guess what's there? Your fingers. That's right. And this stuff is sharp, man. You see how easily it's cutting through these cucumbers. Not that a cucumber is super hard or anything, but I mean it'll just cut the shit out of your finger. So be careful, please. When it gets down low, like that, look at that, man. You just got to be real careful. Take it slow. Alright, so I'm going to whack the rest of these out and then get everything cut. We'll go into the pan. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, so got my mandolin going here. All the cucumbers cut up, nice and uniform, about a 1/4 inch. Working on the mise en place. So mise en place is a French term, means place for everything in its place, whatever. It's what chefs do to be organized. So when I go to start doing this recipe and I just like, okay, this is the first step, I got all this ready here, this is the second step, all this stuff here, all I gotta do is grab it and go. I don't have to stop what I'm doing. I got the fire on, I got you know, whatever, water boiling. I don't have to stop and go, oh wait a minute, I gotta measure out my sugar. No, everything's done. So that's called being organized. So that's one thing you learn in school. So I'm going to show you, you can do a couple different ways here on the mandolin. You can go like just flat like that. They come out like little discs, or you can kind of go at an angle on a bias, we call it, like this. If you want to give your vegetables a little fancy look. And you can even get a knife. I don't have one, I was pretty bummed, but you know, you get the knife with the blade that goes like this, so when you cut it, everything has ridges like you see when you go to a restaurant or something. That's pretty cool too. See, these came out, whoops, these came out a little bit on the bias there. So that's the two differences there. They taste the same, it's just one looks cool and one just looks normal. So that's it. I'm going to keep working on my mise en place. I'll be back in a couple minutes and we'll get this stuff going later. So working my way through the mise en place here. I'm going to put some garlic in here because pickled garlic is awesome. So I want to get the skin off this stuff, so what you do is give it a whack, man. Whack. Give it a good whack with a knife, and that helps, makes it a little easier to peel the skin off. There you go, it's like that. Put that in the thanks for coming to the party bowl over there. And it helps when you smash it too, like, you know, to release all the oils and stuff. So when you put it in there in the pickle jar, it's just gonna you know, everything's gonna have a big party in there. All the flavors are gonna have a big flavor orgy in there, and everyone's going to be really happy. So anyway, you get the idea about that. So I'm going to cut this onion up too. Got a nice big purple onion, really sweet. Knife, sharp. This is a Japanese shun, badass knife. My buddy Kevin gave this to me as a gift. So I'm just going to, you always want to leave the root end attached when you're cutting an onion, because that holds it all together. But this part here, you can take this part off. Thanks for coming to the party. Whack this right down the middle. If you keep it facing down like this, it'll stop the fumes from getting up in your eyes. I'm going to give you a secret, a tip on how to not cry when you're cutting onions. The best way, the only foolproof way that works, don't cut onions. It's the only way I know. So that's your joke for the day. I just try to get it done quickly. So I'm cutting all that off because it's kind of ugly. Just peeling that off. I want it to look decent. And then we're going to just kind of go about the same, about a 1/4 inch on all this stuff. Try to keep everything uniform. Always in cooking, like, you want everything to be uniform, because if your stuff is all different sizes, it doesn't cook evenly. It takes, one piece takes longer to cook than the other. And this is a pretty big onion, so what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to cut this in half. Bam, like that. Cool, man. So, yep, that's it. I'll check back with you in a couple minutes. Working on this mise en place. We're just about ready to go on the stove, and I'm throwing onions on the floor, so it's all good, man. See you in a few. Water, 32 ounces. Cider vinegar, about 16 ounces. And a little bit of salt and sugar and mustard seeds all in here. We're going to bring this to a boil, and we're going to put in cucumbers, onions, and carrots all in there. That's going to simmer for 10 minutes. And then the second batch is going to go in. That's going to be your sugar, white vinegar, and your pickling spices. That's the brine that actually goes in the jar with the pickles. So these are like bread and butter chips. They're not sweet pickles. They're not dill pickles. They're kind of right in the middle, and they're just really killer, man. And if you wanted to put a hot pepper in each one, just cut the stem off and kind of open it up so the capsaicin can get out from the seeds and the white flesh that's in there. Makes it spicy batch. You could also put potatoes in there. The Mexicans make escabeche, it's called. It's so good. I miss that out here. But anyway, I'm going to bring this to a boil. So we'll get back to you in a few minutes, put everything in, and then we'll be ready to get everything in the jars. Later, bro. In the pot here, about 10 minutes. Give them a little simmer. And this is perfect because this thing doesn't really come to a full boil. It's just made for heating up beans or whatever. So we just wanted to just soften things up. You don't want it mushy. You don't want it totally cooked. Just to soften it up. So what we're going to do here, take this inside, drain it off, and then it's all going in the jars, and I'll get our brine going, and then that'll be the last step. So I'll see you in a minute, bro. So this stuff's all cooked off. I'm just filling the jars up here. You don't have to stuff them all the way full. I try to get them kind of even, like same amount of pickles, onions, cucumbers, onions, and carrots in each one. It's all good if it doesn't work out. It's my future son-in-law Dylan there messaging me about surfboards. He's trying to go back to a longboard, and I'm telling him, like, don't give in to the dark side, bro. Just fight the fight, man. Learn how to surf on that shortboard. It'll serve you in the future much better. Longboards are awesome, don't get me wrong. I ride a longboard all the time. Anybody that follows me on Facebook and Instagram at Surfin Realtor, you know I ride my longboard all the time. But here's the thing, I ride it because it's like a tool. Alright? The waves in Florida are not like the waves in Bali. So I mean, I'm 210, 15 pounds. So me on a shortboard in Florida wind chop is a lot of times just not, the laws of physics come into play. So I take my 10-footer out, I get waves all day, man, have a blast. But I go out on my 6'4", and I'm probably going to get 1 or 2 waves, 3 hours, and I'm going to be pissed off. So not a good day. So Dylan, stick with the shortboard, bro. Alright, so didn't need this one. Give me my garlic back. Okay, that goes in there. So these guys are ready to go. We got the brine over here. This just smells killer. It's all the pickling spices. And it's hot, so The cool thing about that, if anybody's ever done any jarring or canning and stuff like that, one more here. You know how you got to put the jars in the big pot that sit on the rack? With these, I just put the lids on when it's hot, put them in the fridge, and as they cool, it just seals it up nice and tight. So it actually, you can just stuff these in the fridge and they stay good for months, man. I've had these things in the fridge for months and still used them. They were fine, man. Not a problem. So I'm going to fill these up. We'll be back to wrap this up. Just a couple minutes, bro. All right, later. So that's it for today's episode. Bread and butter chips, I guess you'd call it. Pickles, whatever you want to call it. They're just killer, man. These are nice and warm. So I'm going to go put these in the fridge. You can see the top still hasn't sucked down. When it cools off, you check it, that'll be down. By the time we wake up in the morning and check them, they'll be down. Look at that, nice color. We've got all the pickling spices in there, the turmeric, got some cloves, mustard seeds, all that good stuff, juniper berries, black peppercorns. This is a great healthy snack. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I wish I could go surf now, but unfortunately I live in Florida and it's flat and rainy, so if you're somewhere where you can surf, go grab one for me, man. Get some tasty waves, bro. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Tomorrow, got some good stuff coming up for you. Later.